The most wonderful time of the year. Although, let's be honest, around the holidays, things really add up. But here's the good news. Only at Verizon, you can get a single line for $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So while ice skating for two is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. Gifts for your third cousins? Steep. A single line with Verizon? Not so steep. A real tree? Pricey. A single line with Verizon? Less pricey. Flights to see Mima and Pops? Those are up. A $50 per month single line? That's down. Even a trip to the San Francisco Holiday Market will cost you more. But with Verizon, you can switch and bring your phone for just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome, with autopay plus taxes and fees. All this to say, during the holiday season, when everything is costing more, you can get more for less right now at a local Verizon store. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
The Breakfast Flakes podcast brought to you by the Blue Cat Bar and Grill, next to the Roadside Event Center in Huntley. The Blue Cat, it's where it's at.
527, Mark and Paul, trying to get things ready. We had heard Monday somebody in the company opened an email that should not have been opened, and that got into all 350 Town Square radio stations' computers that make stuff go out over the air. Well, first glance this morning, not too much looked different, but the farther we get into it, the farther we see it. Paul can't get into anything.
I got into news. I got into some news, but I didn't get into the email. I can't get into Facebook. I can't get into the Gazette site. None of that kind of stuff. So
now, folks, back in the old days of radio, the engineer would have been here working when we came in. The new policy is nothing breaks before 8 a.m., okay? Oh, and I got to set my phone. We've got codes to give you for a Morgan Wallen flyaway to Gulf Shores, Alabama, coming up in May. And we will have codes at 8:20, 10:20, 1:20, 4:20, and whatever time Taste of Country Nights does it at night. I had the codes here, and it's just written on the top, Sand in My Boots Festival. So I had to go to the station website and read about it so I know what it is, because we work in the communications industry. If you click on the Cat Country website, if you click on contest rules, we've got 22 rules you got to follow to play our games.
what? Jeez.
I know. And I know you're not watching, so I'll bring you up to speed. On Yellowstone, John Dutton did not commit suicide.
What?
No, it was a hit. It was a hit. And Casey thought it was a hit, so he got the coroner to re-examine, found evidence.
Who's Casey?
His son.
Oh.
who was in the military, knew what to look for.
Okay.
So the gal who ordered the hit, who's dating the other brother, Jamie, they took her out. They shot her at a stop sign in Helena. She's gone.
They took her out.
They took her out.
Wow.
And then last night, one of the cowboys in the bunkhouse, Colby, got killed by a horse. And I said, that's actually the first realistic thing I've seen on this show.
Wow. Well, they're going to need a bunch of new actors.
Well, they've only got 3 or 4 more episodes and they're done.
Oh. So Dutton's dead.
Yeah.
He's gone.
He's gone.
For sure he's dead?
Yeah, for sure he's dead. And he, go back to my Yellowstone music, he, much like you, tells the kids, when I'm gone, do not sell the ranch. Not 1 inch of it. And now they're in trouble. Didn't evolve with the times. Taxes are going up, not making enough money off cattle.
Oh, yeah.
So, and 2 of the kids want to sell the ranch and 1 doesn't.
Well, unlike me, he at least had time to talk to his kids before he passed away, right, Mark?
Yeah, Paul, you're going to be here forever.
Mine is going to be so sudden, so explosive.
Funny.
Wow. Well, that's the end of a big economic boom into that area.
Yes, it is.
If they're done filming up there, so.
My friend that's in the hotel business over there, they built a new fancy hotel on Reserve Street, and crew members of Yellowstone, about 30 of them, got rooms rented for them for 45 days last summer when they were filming.
Wow.
Because unlike your ranch, it never snows on the Yellowstone.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And also, since you're a farmer rancher, can you tell me the trick? Because on Yellowstone, when they drive black vehicles on gravel roads, they don't get dusty.
I don't know what that is. They must have used a ShamWow.
Yeah, that's right.
The
big Ram pickups with the Yellowstone Dutton logo never have any mud in the wheel wells. None of that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Folks, I've learned a lot about the old parenting game from my partner who did it so many years before mine came along. And I was telling Paul she got a dog. And you know what I said when she told me that? I got this from Paul. Good for you.
That's right.
Now, that's not my dog, nor will that ever be my dog.
Yep. She'll learn.
Yep.
I told Mark, what kind of dog am I going to end up with? Like Mallory, when Mallory got a beagle in college.
Yep.
God. He was so cute.
Funny, that's exactly what I heard. Well, I couldn't just leave him there.
But Mallory used my charge card
Right.
to buy the beagle.
Right.
And then after 2 days realized she couldn't take care of it. They're too much work. And then sold the beagle for half of what she paid for and then kept the cash.
Okay. Well, I'm better off than you. I got no cash in this one yet.
So
And then she called me Tuesday. Woke up this morning, dog had thrown up all over the bed. I said, but he was so cute.
yeah. She ever had a dog before?
No.
Well, way to jump right in. You know, because you got to know what dogs can eat, what they can't, you just...
Well, my reasoning was always, you know, all those fun things we do on the weekends where we go four-wheeling down by the river and take trips and yada, yada, yada. It's harder to do with the dog. And I don't have a fenced yard. So every day when I get off work at 10, the first thing I'm doing that day is coming home and letting the dog out. Every day for the next 12, 15 years.
Yeah. Hey, like having a kid. I was going to go see Maddie over Thanksgiving, and I just couldn't come up with a plan, and then I got a cold. And
You couldn't come up with a plan?
well, the dogs, I don't have the dogs' Bordella shots updated.
Oh, okay.
And and John went up north, and so it's a good thing, though, because I came to town Tuesday. I had to pay my property taxes because today's the second. I would have been out of luck. I was going to wait till today, but I'd have been out of luck. And so I had to go in one day last week. So I went in and paid my taxes and
Again.
picked up something there, something stupid ass.
You know, there's something going
or
around,
something.
and I fought something while we were off this week, too, so.
Yeah, something. But you press on and you just keep going. So,
Yeah.
now, unlike Hunter Biden, folks, he doesn't have to pay his taxes.
That's nice.
What a prick.
I know.
That's the only word you could use to describe him.
Conveniently after the election.
You know, Joe Biden spent the last 4 years telling everybody to pay their fair share. You need to pay your fair share. You need to pay your fair share. Hunter Biden owned $1 million in back taxes. He got pardoned. I wonder how much of the cut the big guy's going to get.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Now, does the pardon include the cover of or the bag of drugs found in the White House that quickly got disposed of?
Well, Trump wants to put Kash Patel in the FBI. That guy is going to clean it up.
And needs to.
He is a worker bee, and that's why Trump picked him. Now, depending on how much evidence they destroyed, you know what, folks? Remember we had all of those hearings on Hunter Biden in Congress? Remember that? Jim Jordan and all that investigative committee and all of them. They investigated Hunter Biden and the laptop. They investigated his brother, Jim Biden. He was also implicated. You know, he was getting $200,000 checks here and there. Joe Biden, the president, was getting $400,000 checks. Keep in mind, he was a senator at the time. And then he moved into vice president. And we did all that investigative work. We spent millions of dollars investigating that. And folks, what did we, the taxpayer, get out of that? What did we get out of that? Nothing. Not one thing. We didn't get anything. What a waste of money. Well, we showed the world. Well, maybe you did. No charges, no jail time, nothing. Not one thing. He pardoned him for his felony gun possession charge because when you are a felon, you are not allowed to have a gun.
Them's the rules.
And he was a felon. Pardoned him for that. And his tax convictions. He was convicted, folks. Convicted of not paying his taxes. Hunter Biden was set in the next coming weeks to get his punishment. Boy, they won't treat Donald Trump like that. That guy had to undergo 4 trials at one time. Never has it happened in the history of the country. He was going to get his punishment on his conviction in the gun case. That means, folks, he was found guilty. And the tax charges, he pleaded guilty to those. He pleaded guilty. Yes, I'm a crook. I cheated on my taxes. What about paying your fair share? Joe Biden time and time again pledged he'll restore norms and respect the rule of law. He sure as the hell did. He said this was a miscarriage of justice. What about your political opponent that you guys are trying to put in jail for 9 years?
Well, even Trump said so. Are we going to pardon all the January 6th protesters, too, who have been in jail?
Yeah. They tried to break him. They tried to bankrupt him. They tried to imprison him. They tried to kill him twice. Nothing. But this was a miscarriage of justice. How could it be a miscarriage of justice when you plead guilty? Mark, you were supposed to be in at midnight. It's 1:30. Are you late?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you plead guilty.
Right.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Okay.
You're off scot-free.
Oh, thanks. Handy having the old man as the president.
That's right. What? His pardon, folks, covers not just the gun charge and the tax offenses against him, but also, here's the big one, but also any other offenses against the United States which he has committed or may have committed or taken part in from the period of January the 1st of 2014 through 2024. Anything that crooked-ass SOB did for the last 10 years, he's completely forgiven and pardoned from. Mm-hmm. Money from China. Folks, we had all the proof. And the big guy, Joe, he got money from that.
That's right.
Karine Jean-Pierre, who was the White House spokesman, she was asked all month about whether he's going to pardon. No. Our answer is no. It's still no. Well, guess what? He did. Listen to this. The president's political rivals have long used Hunter Biden's myriad of mistakes as leverage against his father. Mistakes? Those aren't mistakes. Felony drug convictions, felon in possession of a gun, stealing $1 million from the Internal Revenue Service, and those aren't mistakes. Mm-hmm. I made a mistake over the weekend. I jumped up on my calving shed that I'm building, and I didn't take my screw gun with me, so I had to jump back off of the roof again, down on the floor because I was by myself and get my screw gun. That was a mistake.
Got it.
Okay? That's a mistake. Felony drug charges, those aren't mistakes. Biden said, I hope Americans will understand why a father and a president will come to this decision. He was convicted in June in Delaware, 3 felonies. 3. Bought the gun in 2018. He lied on the federal firearms form by claiming he was not illegally using or addicted to drugs either. And he was. Now, Jill Biden must be addicted to cocaine because it had to be hers then if it wasn't Hunter's, right?
Exactly.
For crap's sakes. He was set to stand trial in September in California. Oh, he owed $1.4 million in taxes. That pisses me off. I went down and paid mine on Tuesday. Mark pays his. You folks paid yours. We all paid ours. Mm-hmm. He owed $1.4 million and didn't pay him. And guess what? He gets pardoned. He doesn't have to pay him.
I don't pay mine. They come take my house.
He doesn't have to pay him. He doesn't have to pay him? $1.4 million in Hunter Biden. He doesn't have to pay him. Joe's going to get a little bit of that. You know he is, the crook. Been a crook his whole life. 1.4. Don't worry about it.
It's fun all month at the Blue Cat Bar and Grill and Roadside Events Center. This Saturday, it's Glow Bingo with DJ Dave Austin, lights, music, and big prizes. Sunday, November 24th, more bingo action along with a cozy bread bowl with homemade soup. On Monday, the 25th, it's country music trivia. And on Friday, the 29th, grab a tag off the tree to help spread joy to children in Huntley Project. Plus, don't miss Prime Rib Saturdays and Sushi and Sliders Sunday nights. Take the short drive to Huntley, the Blue Cat, just 9 miles east of the Metro Park exit.
Hunter Biden said he pleaded guilty in those cases to spare his family of any more pain and embarrassment. Didn't want people to know any of the salacious details about his struggles with crack cocaine addiction. The tax charge alone would have carried 17 years behind bars.
Wow.
The gun charges are punishable by up to 25 years in prison. So there you go. There's 43 right there just with those 2 charges. He was supposed to be sentenced this month. Under his plea deal, he was going to plead guilty to a misdemeanor tax offense. A misdemeanor. Oh yeah. I forgot to claim this. And would have avoided prosecution in any of the gun charges as long as he stayed out of trouble for 2 years. That's a hell of a deal. The legal team for Hunter Biden said the political prosecution of Hunter Biden was using Hunter as a surrogate to attack and injure his father, both as a candidate and later as president. Well, what the hell do you think they were doing to Donald Trump for the last 9 years? Mm-hmm. All those trials. Fani and all the rest of them. They were all trying to hurt Trump's political career. James Comer said the evidence against Hunter was just the tip of the iceberg. It's unfortunate that rather coming clean about all the decades of wrongdoing with President Biden and his family, that now it's over. Trump said, does the pardon given by Joe to Hunter include the January 6 hostages who have now been imprisoned for years? Hunter Biden said, I'll never take for granted the relief that's been granted to me, and I will devote the rest of my life to helping those who are sick and suffering. No, he won't. So, Hunter Biden's legal team then, last night, in both L.A. and Delaware, asked the judges who are handling the gun and tax cases to immediately dismiss them, signing the official pardon. So there you go. Great example. Pay your fair share. Pay your fair share. Pay your fair share. But they doesn't have to. We all do. We all do. Well, there were some travel hiccups over the weekend. The weather caused some problems. A little bit of winter weather. Boy, you sure didn't hear much about global warming over the holiday weekend.
Au contraire, Q2 did a story on it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, talked to farmers about how the global warming is affecting them.
Well, they didn't talk to me.
I know. Well, it's because it must not be happening at your place.
Well, why didn't they talk to me? Because global warming's been great for me. I don't have to worry about my spring crops freezing and having to replant. Last year, I don't believe any sugar beet guys or malt barley guys had to replant because of a frost.
Right.
Warmer weather is more conducive to thunderstorms, which is good. We need those every year to supply the valuable moisture that we need. It's better for wildlife survival, all those kind of things. I'm surprised they didn't talk to me about it. Well, they must have found the right person.
Oh, yeah.
They must have found the right person. If we're 1 degree warmer than we normally are, I want you folks in agriculture to explain to me how 1 degree will make the difference. 1 degree. It won't make the difference. Send one of those little 23-year-old reporters over and talk to me. I'll straighten them out right away. Right away. And they all went to journalism school at UM, and they were all taught about how to approach a story. The new woke movement in America. Throw it in every chance you get. That's what cost them the election.
Yes, it is.
1 degree. 1 degree in 100 years, folks. That can make a big difference in my corn crop. 1 degree. 1 degree. That's bull.
Getting a lot of messages here. People are in 100% agreement.
Yeah. Big holiday. Cyber Monday today. Boy, that'll be a productive day in the office. Can you imagine? You know, I saw over the weekend that Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, you know, they're in charge of the Department of Government Efficiency.
Right.
They're going in that thing, folks. They are going to cut. These federal employees that we have in this crooked country of ours have been milking you and me, sucking our taxpayers' dollars out of our treasury for years. You know, 80% of the federal employees in this country haven't gone back to the office yet since COVID.
You're kidding.
That's I said something like that.
I know.
80% have not gone back to the offices yet. They're at home in their PJs. It'd be too bad we couldn't track where these Cyber Monday purchases were coming from.
Yeah, no kidding.
80% haven't even gone back to the office yet. Folks, get rid of all them. They're going to clean it up. I hope they do. I hope they clean it up. But for the most part, though, I heard over the weekend that the TSA and airports and stuff handled the crowds pretty good. Not a whole lot. News today, if you are flying. Oh, by the way, just so you know, Mark and I will have a little flight we have to go on here in about another month or so. But with 150 other people. But we don't have to worry about this, Mark, because we fly first class.
That's right.
On long trips, we've learned it's the only way to go.
I only fly once a year.
You know, so you die and you have that extra $500 left in your account when you're dead. You know what I'm saying, Wilson? Just think, you could have used that to not get diarrhea on a plane ride somewhere.
I've got a friend snowbirding down in Arizona, and she will sit anywhere on the back of the plane if she can get a ticket for $78. And she'll search for days and then always brags to me about the lowest price ticket, and I think she could afford first class if she really wanted to.
Well, if you're flying Southwest Airlines, they're going to end their cabin service earlier to reduce the risk of any in-flight turbulence injuries. Starting December 4th, which is this week. What's today, the 2nd? Flight attendants will start preparing the cabin for landing at an altitude of 18,000 feet now instead of 10,000. So, for crying out loud. If we're descending into our destination and we're at 18,000 feet and you still, could I have my water refilled, please? Or could I get you're going to be on the ground, you loser, in 15 minutes. Can you go without a bag of peanuts? Looks to me like you can. So they're going to start at 18,000 feet instead of 10,000. So what that means is you will have to return to your seat in an upright position and other pre-landing procedures, which we know this is one of them. Make sure everything, your laptops, your handheld devices are all properly stowed under the seat in front of you. Right, Mr. Wilson?
That's exactly right.
Mark and I, we stow. Hell, we stow. We stow all the time on airplanes. I don't stow a damn thing. Make sure they're stowed at 18,000 instead of 10,000. Turbulence-related fatalities are rare, but it's a safety thing. They've had more injuries over the last few years. Well, more flights.
Yeah.
More flights, more injuries. More cars. Folks, look at the heights. More cars on that road. That's why there's more wrecks there. And many wrecks on my road, is there?
No.
But there's a lot of wrecks where you got more traffic. Same thing. The more flights you get, the more turbulence. Chances are you're going to hit some turbulence. So they're going to start making you get in your seat at 18,000 feet instead of 10,000.
And most people won't even notice that.
Won't even notice it, will they? They're not going to. Excuse me. I'm on Flight Tracker. Stewardess, come here. Come here. I'm on Flight Tracker.
It's just flight attendant, Paul.
Is that flight attendant? Excuse me. I'm on Flight Tracker. I'm watching it right here. Well, we're only at 16,990 feet. Why do I have to stow now instead of when we get at 10,000? Nobody's going to complain about that. In May, a 73-year-old man died on board of a Singapore Airlines flight when the plane hit severe turbulence over the Indian Ocean. So, and get this. Starting next year, which is only 29 days away, starting next year, Southwest Airlines is going to toss out their open seating. That's where you pick your seat when you board the plane.
That's too bad. I don't fly Southwest, but I like the feature.
Yeah, Southwest is in Bozeman, I think. They fly out of there quite a bit. But yeah, that was the way it was. You got on a plane, you pick your seat. They're going to get rid of that. They're going to start assigning seats. So a couple updates for you from Southwest Airlines. You're flying.
Talk about this all the time in the newspaper and the TV news stations here. All lean to the left, and you live in a hugely conservative area.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple of weeks back, I knew I should have printed the article off to reference it, but the Billings Gazette had written an article essentially patting themselves on the back saying, look, we are the only fair and balanced news organization in this area.
What?
Yeah. So today, the story is Democrats' crushing loss in Montana's nationally important U.S. Senate race settled a fierce political debate over whether a surge of newcomers in the past decade favored Republicans and if one of the new arrivals could even take office. It's the first time in almost a century that one party totally dominates in Montana corporations, and mining barons known as the Copper Kings once had a corrupt chokehold on the state's politics and an aversion to outsiders.
What?
It's fun all month at the Blue Cat Bar and Grill and Roadside Events Center. This Saturday, it's Glow Bingo with DJ Dave Austin, lights, music, and big prizes. Sunday, November 24th, more bingo action along with a cozy bread bowl with homemade soup. On Monday, the 25th, it's country music trivia, and on Friday, the 29th, grab a tag off the tree to help spread joy to children in Huntley Project. Plus, don't miss prime rib Saturdays and sushi and sliders Sunday nights. Take the short drive to Huntley, the Blue Cat, just 9 miles east of the Metro Park exit.
Yeah, that's why in Bozeman they passed an initiative to ban plastics because of the conservative stronghold. What?
Tester, a moderate lawmaker and third-generation grain farmer from humble Big Sandy, Montana, lost to wealthy aerospace entrepreneur Sheehy, a staunch supporter of President-elect Donald Trump.
There's nothing that was ever moderate about John Tester.
Well, except his ads at election time.
From his pant size to the way he voted. Nothing.
Oh, they interviewed University of Montana history professor Jeff Wiltz.
Oh, well, there you go. A college professor to get an unbiased look at media. Well, that's good.
And as we have so often said, I don't know why it matters where you're born to run for office here. Yeah. To quote John Dutton when he's still alive, hell, we're all transplants.
That's right. We are.
It is.
Tester's ancestors, transplants. Everybody's hero in the Democrat Party, Mike Mansfield, he was born in New York City. New York City, folks. Yeah, that's right. New York City. Yeah, you can't buy them. Send those reporters up. Love to have discussions with them. Cyber Monday, shopping marathon today. National Retail Federation coined the term after Black Friday. They did that back in 2005. They made it a day. The marketing, they made it a day. They wanted today, just like Black Friday has become a marketer's dream, a retail dream, they made Black Friday the day when everybody should run out and shop.
Like they've done for Valentine's Day, like they've done for Mother's Day.
Yeah, they made the day, and it stuck. So now, today is Cyber Monday. Today will be the biggest online shopping day of the year because of steady discounts and the amount of hype, just like Black Friday, the hype that comes with it. People think, well, I've got to do it today because today is Cyber Monday. You know, you can do it tomorrow or Wednesday or do it tonight from home if you want.
Now, they'll say you can save money on Cyber Monday. These are the same people who pay extra to get their food delivered from DoorDash.
Yeah. A lot of major retailers already started their Cyber Monday promotions over the weekend. Consumer spending between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday provides an indication of how much shoppers are willing to spend for the holidays, which I have a problem with anyway. Folks, don't spend money you don't have. Don't spend money that you don't have. It's stupid. I saw footage, God, Wilson, I saw footage of people in stores running through stores with carts full. I never take a cart in Costco.
No.
I would wastefully spend. I admit it. I wouldn't have the discipline enough, and I'm pretty disciplined. You know a lot of disciplined people. I'm pretty disciplined.
You are.
But I would put extra stuff in that cart.
You know why I have an Ike Roomba?
Because you took a cart.
I took a cart.
Is that right? Oh, God. Well, you're lazy.
There's that.
Yeah.
I walk by, hey,
that will vacuum. Gosh, if it'd only bring me a smammage. But there's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. Your kids and your family members will love you just the same, no matter how much money you spend on them for a gift for Christmas time. It probably started back probably right after the war, back in the late 40s, early 50s, when Christmas started becoming a bigger retail event. Because before that, people they'd make them cinnamon rolls or something for Christmas.
Well, and you don't blame a lot of that on advertising.
Sure.
I still remember TV commercials when I was a kid. We didn't have money. I knew I wasn't going to get that or that or that, but you'd never know it Christmas morning because my mom laid stuff away.
But people get caught up into the frenzy created by these kind of marketing things. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, what's the other one? Prime Day, when Amazon does Prime Day. Oh, God, today's the best day to buy a whole bunch of crap that I don't need because it's cheaper. Look at all the things, folks, that you have in your house. All of the things. And look how many of those things you don't use. Oh, I got closets full of clothes. Stuff like that you've bought that you don't use. But, it's a free country, but people get themselves in bad financial situations, and
I'm talking to you, iPhone 16 people who got the message about the Black Friday sale this month. You can save up to $1,000. Well, if your phone costs more than $1,000 and you're drinking them $7 coffees,
$1,000. Can you imagine? My dad would have had a fit to spend $1,000 on someone for Christmas. He'd have had a fit. My gifts are pretty easy for my kids. I give them cash.
That's what I do.
Give them cash. Use it how you need it, responsibly or not.
Buy clothes, put it in the gas tank.
Do whatever.
Right.
I give them cash. But, and that's what I give them, cash. I don't give them a card, a Visa card.
No.
I give them the cash.
Well, because
I go to the bank and get those cute holiday envelopes with the round window on them, you know.
you go in and talk to people?
Oh, hell yeah.
That's rare.
Oh, no, it isn't. I know my tellers, but I go in and get those. And
I did until COVID.
Yeah.
And I walk into mine now, it's like, okay, you're new. And I'll never forget this happened, I think 3 years ago. Hey, I don't have my deposit slip, but I want to put a couple of checks in under the Flakes Giving Fund. What? Flakes Giving. Oh, that's so cute.
what is that? What I'm going to have to get my manager. Yeah. But a lot of people will go overboard today. And then come the first week of January when the surprise hits in the mail. Oh, my God. How am I going to cover this? So
I thought about you on Thanksgiving, got invited over, and we were dishing up and just had everything on the island in the kitchen. And then when I walk around, dun, 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 green bean casserole.
Oh, there you go.
Mark, you didn't get any green bean casserole. I know you don't listen, but I'm done eating green bean casserole.
And you won't have it any other time of year.
No,
No.
it's a cheap side any night.
It made its debut again Thursday. I don't know how many millions upon millions of homes had it, but they had it. I had some on Thanksgiving Day, and you know what I remember about it? It tastes exactly the same as anyone else's anywhere in the country for the past 50 years. It's exactly
Paul, that's because you've never tried mine.
Oh God, yeah.
Look, save it. Just save it.
Oh, mine has antelope gallbladder in it. It's the secret ingredient. Okay, whatever. I know what it tastes like. Tastes the same every year, but we're by that now. And Christmas is different because Christmas, there's a lot of different main courses for Christmas and Christmas Eve.
Right.
You don't have to have turkey.
Right.
Thanksgiving, it's turkey, but Christmas is different. Well, Wilson, I think we better get going. I got to try to compete with the Gazette on their fair and balanced reporting. Got to put this news together. And,
See what other little surprises our computer has for us this morning in your computer.
Yeah, mine's toast.
Okay, first news coming up, 6:12.
The Breakfast Flakes podcast brought to you by the Blue Cat Bar and Grill, next to the Roadside Events Center in Huntley. The Blue Cat, it's where it's at.